walang design. Ba't natin kailangang palitan ang itsura ng jeepney? Pwede naman, susunod naman itong yung mga manufacturer, halimbawa yung Sarao, Francisco Motors, sa gustong specs ng gobyerno, wag lang natin ipasa sa ibang bansa. Of all countries, sa China pa talaga.
Good morning, everyone.
Sir.
The committee is here to discuss the following bills. We have Senate Bill 105 by Senator Grace Poe, or an act providing for a just and humane public utility vehicle modernization program with transitory assistance and services rendered to PUV drivers, operators, and stakeholders, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. We also have Senate Resolution number 893 by Senator Amy Marcos, resolution directing the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation into the need of an accurate and thorough assessment of the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program. And finally, we have Senate Resolution number 898, introduced by Senator Raffy Tulfo, a resolution directing the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation to the jeepney phase-out.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. May we request the Committee Secretary to acknowledge the resource persons present today, both physically and virtually?
Yes, sir. For the National Government Agency, we have from the Department of Transportation, Attorney Rainier Paul Yebra, OIC Secretary and Undersecretary for Legal Affairs. We have Undersecretary for Road Transport and Infrastructure, Jesus Ferdinand Andy Ortega, and Attorney Noel Alarcon. For the Office of the Transport Cooperatives, we have Attorney Christian N. Oberio and Ramil Henderson Orera. For the Land Transportation Office, we have OIC Executive Director Francis Ray Almora. For the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, we have Chairperson Teofilo Guadis III. For the Department of the Interior and Local Government, we have OIC Assistant Director Attorney Maria Rodora Flores. For the Department of Budget and Management, we have Director Attorney Tricia M. Baraan. For the Land Bank of the Philippines, we have Department Manager Ronaldo Averion. For the Development Bank of the Philippines, we have Assistant Vice President Raquel Anzures. For the Department of Science and Technology, we have Project Technical Specialist Justin Michael Beneraba. For our transport groups, we have from Manibela, National President Mar Valbuena, together with Board of Directors Edward Ferrer, Augusto Tenorio, Anthony Demision, Antonio Caseñas Jr. For the National Federation of Transport Cooperatives, we have National Chairperson Misael Ful Melinas. For Arangkada NCR Transport Federation, we have President Freddy P. Hernandez. For Tindig Calabarzon Incorporated, we have President Ed Comia. For Cavite Alliance for Modern Transport Business Industry Operations, we have Chairman Alan Nonato. For Liga ng Transportasyon at Operators sa Pilipinas Incorporated, we have National President Orlando Marquez. For Pasang Mazda, we have National President Roberto Caobet Martin. For Stop and Go Coalition Transport Incorporated, we have Board Member Teddy Natividad. For the Alliance of Concerned Transport Operators, we have National President Liberty De Luna. For the Federation of Jeepney Operators and Drivers Association of the Philippines, FEDUDAP, National President Jeffraim Gotchanko. For Tourist Vehicle and Travel Association of the Philippines, we have National President Gabriel Asiatico. For Busina, we have President Marlene D.C. Ramos. For Pagkakaisa ng mga samahan ng tsuper at operator nationwide o Piston, we have National President Modesto Floranda. For the Alliance of Transport Operators and Drivers Association of the Philippines, ALTODAP, we have National President Melencio Boy Vargas. For NAFU VEXI, we have National President Alpha Martinez. For other stakeholders, we have Governor Dong Padilla of Camarines Norte, RDC Chairman, Region 5. For the League of Provinces of the Philippines, we have Director Angelica Sanchez. For GET Philippines, we have Vice President Francisco Endriga and General Manager Roda Marie Tirante. For Biyahe or On-Us Solutions Inc., we have President and CEO Lawrence Bahia. For Sarao Motors, we have Architect Edgardo Sarao and Noel Virata. For Francisco Motor Corporation, we have Chairman and CEO Elmer Francisco together with Dominic Francisco, President and CEO. For Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, EVAP, we have President Edmond Araga. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Committee Secretary. Before I proceed, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator J.V. Ejercito. Senator. Okay, good morning, everyone. After 7 years, tagal na, after 7 years, several Senate hearings tungkol sa Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program, andito ulit tayo. Ang tanong, bakit? Ano bang problema? Baka kulang tayo sa komunikasyon sa isa't isa. Kulang sa pagpapaliwanagan. Hindi nabibigyan ng boses yung mga iba't ibang sektor na maapektuhan, yung mga jeepney operators at mga jeepney drivers. So this is the time, the opportunity for them to be heard. And of course, siyempre pakinggan natin ang ating mga taga DOTR, LTFRB, LTO na kasama ngayon. Now, kailangan sa araw na ito meron tayong ma-accomplish. Ayoko na tatapusin tong hearing and then babalik ulit tayo dahil wala lang, hindi pa rin tayo clear kung ano talaga ang agenda at pakay natin na para mabigyan ng solusyon sa araw na ito ang mga hinaing ng mga jeepney operators and drivers. Pero bago ko kausapin ang mga jeepney operators at jeepney drivers nandito ngayon, meron lang po akong ipapakita sa inyo, audio-visual. Ito po yung interview namin yesterday sa ilang mga commuters. Of course, kasama na po yung mga jeepney drivers. Pwede makita?
Pag kung sakali magkaroon ng phase out, magkakaroon ng transport crisis. Diyan na mag-uumpisa ang kahirapan ng mga katulad naming hindi nakatapos. Kung hindi kami makakakita ng trabaho, katulad kung medyo may edad na, baka makagawa kami ng hindi maganda. Baka magnakaw kami o kaya mag-ugat na yan sa pagtutulak namin ng droga. Kaya para sa akin, dapat pag-aralan ng gobyerno kung ipi-phase out nila o hindi muna ang jeepney. Sa totoo lang, ang mga dayuhan pumupunta rito sa Pilipinas para sumakay sa jeep, para tumingin ng jeep. Pero bakit nila papalitan ng maliit na bus na sa tingin namin ay tataob pa dahil napakakitid? Kaya sana pag-aralan nila.
Kung ako po ang tatanungin niyo, hindi ako pabor eh. Unang-una, hindi po kaya ng mga operator na bumili ng ganyang kamahal na jeep. Pangalawa, siyempre, pagka hindi na nakabili mga operator, paano na yung mga nakikilabas? Mawawala ng hanap buhay. Isa pa, may mga pinag-aaral yon. Siguradong mahinto. Kasi karamihan naman ng mga driver may edad na.
Sana wag na nilang yung modernization, i-renovate na lang yung mga lumang jeepney na pwede pa naman. Kasi kung bibigyan kami ng modernization na kakalaga ng 2.7 million, hindi na ho namin mahulugan yun. Saan ho kami kukuha ng panghulog nun?
Na mas malaking hirap yun kung papalitan ng modern. Unang-una sa pasahero, tataas ang pamasahe. Tatamaan sila. I-renovate na lang yung mga sakyan, huwag nang palitan.
Pabor ka ba na ma-phase out yung mga jeep dito sa atin?
Hindi po.
Bakit?
Kailangan pa rin sila rito sa jeep eh. Kasi masasakyan pa sila ng...
Yung Jeepney Modernization Act kasi hindi lang naman po kaming mga estudyante, mga simpleng mga Pilipino po yung maapektuhan. Pati na rin po yung mga chopper, yung mga operator, lalo na po yung mga chopper na wala naman pong, wala silang kakayahan para makapag-operate pa yung mga jeepney nila.
And before we proceed, Senator JB, do you have an opening statement?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. First of all, I'd like to commend our Senator Raffy Idol Tulfo sa inyong very first hearing as Chair of the Committee on Public Services. Ay ito kagad ang inyong inuna. Tama po kayo, no, na nakailang hearings na po ang issue ng jeepney modernization. I was Vice Chair of this committee for so long, and ang nakakalungkot, no, parang we're still back. Ano pa rin tayo, na halos nasa square one pa rin ho tayo. So I'm hoping that we can get some results, and tama ho kayo, Chairman, na hindi dapat pagkahiwalay natin mamaya ay ano na naman, mag-aantay na naman tayo sa wala. I'm hoping that this time around, upon hearing the different stakeholders, the agencies concerned, ay dapat kumilos, no. And I would think also that this time around, di naman po tayo na hinaharap po natin ng modernization. I, for one, being an advocate of modernization of transport for so long, lalo na pa yung railway, dapat po siguro gusto natin malaman sa DOTR and other agencies kung yung pong modernization ng PUVs or jeepneys ay coordinated or kasama rin po doon sa ating pong mass transit. Dapat po maging feeder sila, no? Dapat kasama sila sa master plan of our modernization. Hindi po yung tulad na nangyaring for several decades, no? Magugulo ang mga ruta, no? Basta lang LTFRB issue ng issue. Dapat po malinis natin. We have to rationalize the franchises and the lines. Ako po, pabor puro para may ayos lahat. But ang tanong po rito, kailan ba tayo magiging handa, no? It seems that yung PUV modernization has taken nag-stall po ito, no? Medyo hindi ho siya went on as planned, no, doon sa timeline. So yan po yung mga gusto natin malaman, Mr. Chair, and hoping that siguro just to give an idea, each year there are about 300,000 cars that are added to our streets. So based on the sales, Mr. Chair, ng ating car manufacturers and dealers, 300,000 po kada taon. In 3 years, that will be 1 million cars that will be added to our streets. So kaya nga po dapat talaga we have to prioritize mass transit, tapos yung mga jeepneys, PUV modernization, kasama po dapat sa master plan as feeders to the railway station. And I think that this is the only way we can really fix the Carmageddon o yung po problema natin sa traffic sa Metro Manila and other urban areas. So sa ngayon po, again, I'm not seeking to put the brakes to the program, nor am I advocating policy U-turn. Instead, I'm seeking a pit stop or a brief stopover. Hanggat hindi ho tayo handa, wag ho natin ipipilit. I would think, Mr. Chair, ang gusto natin malaman, ang key po rito is the financing. No, marami nagsasabi base doon sa inyo pong video pinakita, hindi kaya na operators ng mga jeepney drivers yung pong mga modern jeepneys na pinopropose. So we would like to hear from our financial institutions on what scheme will be made available to our operators and jeepney drivers to make the modern jeepneys available. Yung gawin po natin, siguro kung pwede natin stretch yung amortization nila to make it feasible and reasonable para sa ating pong jeepney operators and drivers. So with that, Mr. Chair, again, thank you very much for prioritizing this issue and topic. Kailangan po natin iayos na po natin lahat in line as we are awaiting for the Metro Manila Subway, the North-South Commuter Line, the railway system. Dapat po yung PUV lines, yung pong mga rota ay may ayos din na para po tugma doon sa ating pong overall master plan for our modernization. Again, Mr. Chair, maraming salamat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator JV. Again, I would like to reiterate my stand, like I said in the previous meeting that we had. Wala akong tutol sa modernization. Modernization program. At nakita niyo naman kanina sa audio-visual presentation natin, maraming hindi pa nakakaintindi. At nabanggit ni Senator JV kanina, yung financing. Let's do a little math. 2.4 million pesos yung amount ng sasakyan kapalit ng jeepney. 2.4, 7 years to pay sa land bank. Okay. 84 months ang 7 years. So kung 84 months, i-divide mo yan sa 2.4, lilitaw na 28,000 a month ang amortization. Magkano lang po ang kinikita ng isang jeepney driver sa maghapon? 600, 700? I-times mo times 30 yan. Magkano? 21,000. Short pa. Diba? Short pa ng 7,000. Talagang utot-utot yung mga tsuper. Maghikaw sila. Hindi na ma-meet yung pambayad sa amortization. Kukulangin. Pangalawang pag-uusapan din natin, very important to me, yung design, yung iconic design ng jeepney. Ayaw na ayaw ko yung ipi-phase out. Pag nakikita ko yung mga jeep, minibus na nga ang tawag dyan na tumatakbo dyan sa Quiapo, wala na. Wala nang itsura. Walang design. Ba't natin kailang palitan ang itsura ng jeepney? Pwede naman, susunod naman tong yung mga manufacturer, halimbawa yung Sarao, Francisco Motors, sa gustong specs ng gobyerno, wag lang natin ipasa sa ibang bansa. Of all countries, sa China pa talaga. God damn. Diba? Yun po yung nakakainit ng ulo. 2.4 million pesos, that's a lot of money. Kung ganon, bumili na lang yung jeepney operator ng, say, Fortuner. Halos magkapareho ng halaga. Ganon talaga halaga ng Fortuner, 2.4. And then i-grab nila. Magkano kikitain pag ni-reach nila sa Grab or pinasok sa Grab? Kikita sila 1,500 pesos versus 600 pesos. Not practical. Kaya dapat mag-offer tayo ng mga gandang alternative. Dito may paliwanag natin kung paano dapat gawin ito modernization program na hindi nasasaktan yung mga maliliit nating tsuper.